everyone. Welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link to down below. Has links to all my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well is the links to all my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, folks, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to sit down and talk Jets. There's been a lot of things moving and shaking around this roster with this football team. I take live callers on the show. Call in. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Now, with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about Mike Williams. Oh, yes. I've come to talk to you about Mike Williams and the New York Jets. Interesting tidbits, interesting news, and we have to discuss this. All right. Now, Mike Williams, okay, we know he was on that Chargers football team. They've moved on from him. And Mike Williams is scheduled to meet with the New York Jets Monday night. Oh, yes. He's scheduled to fly in and meet with the Jets Monday night to see what's going on, see if they can work out a contract, okay? Now, keep in mind, he is also scheduled to meet with the Panthers and the Steelers as well, okay? They're also, vying for his services too. And again, we know the Steelers, they're putting some things together. They got Russell Wilson over there. That's a solid little football team, okay? And we know the Panthers are putting some things together trying to continue to build for their young quarterback as well. Now, also keep in mind that the Chargers themselves, they're also, not against bringing him back as well. They're looking to see if they can work something out. We know that the Chargers have moved on from Keenan Allen. They've traded him as well. Keep in mind, the Jets were also in discussions with, that Keenan Allen situation over there with the Chargers as well. The Chargers were, allowing them to kind of seek a trade, willing to move him. And the Jets were one of the teams that was kind of named in, possible destinations for him before the team came in that he actually ended up going to, came in with the capital and said, nope, we're snatching him. We don't even need you. We're not even going to allow you to, even think about that stuff. And they snatched him up and put him on their squad. So here we are sitting here. Mike Williams going to be, meeting with the Jets Monday night. And I'm truly hoping that they get a deal done, okay? Now, keep in mind, Mike does have, an injury history. He is coming off of a torn ACL. Now, he tore that ACL week 3 of this past season in a Chargers game against the Vikings. Now, the Chargers did win that game 28-24, but it sucked to see him go down. Even the year before that as well, he did deal with like a high ankle sprain that missed him a couple games as well. So, there's some little trepidation there. But when you look at this situation, man, this guy, when on the field, he is a real monster, man. First off, he's a big dude, 6'4". He's physical. He can move. This is a guy that can really take off running, and he gives your quarterback such a big radius. It's insane. Before 2023, in 2022, he had 895 yards receiving. This is a guy that can really put some things together. And when you look at the New York Jets, man, Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, don't we need a number 2 option here? I mean, how many times during the season was it like basically Garrett Wilson, and then that was it? It was Garrett Wilson or nothing, because there was really nobody else out there that could really get open consistently and make a play. I mean, we did sign this guy to a big contract, and I'm going to be talking about that guy in a second, Mr. Lazard. I don't know where he went or where he disappeared to, okay? But he wasn't the same guy that we thought we were getting when we gave him that big contract coming into this building. I'm going to mention him, talk a little bit about him in a second, because he's got to step it up this upcoming season. But getting back to Mike Williams, when you look at what he could provide here, he could step up into that number 2 role and really be solid for us. Again, he's 6'4", big body guy, gives, our quarterback Aaron Rodgers a really good, reliable set of hands. And he's a guy that can also be a major threat in the red zone as well. right? Big body goo. He's gonna go up and get it. That's what they do. That's what they were doing up there with the Chargers, man. You know, Herbert, of course, he's a great quarterback. He's accurate, but there were times where he had to just put it up, and those big body dudes would just go up and get it. And Mike Williams was one of those guys. Okay, so he would be a great option here. I think he would fit with the New York Jets offense, and I'm really, really hoping that the Jets are able to sign him because I just don't want to see him get out the door, man. I feel like if he goes somewhere else, I feel like if he goes to the Steelers or he goes to the Panthers, they're going to make sure to have him sign on the dotted line and call it a day. I'm thinking probably 10 mil a season might get it. 10 mil, maybe a little bit less, you know, might actually make him a New York Jet. We'll see how things work out, but I'm pretty sure that Joe Douglas is not going to dramatically overpay this guy whatsoever. Very savvy. We know that he's a really good general manager. We know that he doesn't, you know, blow the bank out over guys or nothing like that. He's going to make sure that Mike Williams gets a deal that works for the Jets and also works for him as well. And again, I think with Mike here in solid health, that's going to really help the New York Jets receiving game. Now, speaking of the Jets receiving game and receiving room, Allen Lazard, baby, oh baby. This will put Allen Lazard on notice, okay? Let me tell you something. Allen Lazard was awful last season. He was horrible. I'm talking dropping balls left and right. I mean, couldn't catch to save his life. He was running the laziest routes I have ever seen. That guy just looked like he was just out there to be out there. Like he was out there with no actual purpose. He wouldn't come back fighting for the ball. None of that, man. He was awful, awful route running. And there was times when he was out there, you would wonder where he was mentally. Like I remember I think it was the Bills, and there was a long bomb that actually didn't connect with him. And he seemed to be kind of laughing and joking with a Bills player and hugged him. He hugged the Bills player during the game like they were just having fun. And it was like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Where is your brain, bro? He was so bad last season. Robert Saleh benched him. He was so bad. Mind you, this was one of our big free agency acquisitions, right? He came here. We were excited. Aaron Rodgers' old target is in the building. We're ready to go. He's got some chemistry. And then Aaron Rodgers went down and then things completely went haywire and he just went straight down the cliff. It was mind-boggling to see, man. Mind-boggling to see. And what's crazier about it even, right? Robert Saleh got on a podium, and when they were talking about Allen Lazard and all the issues he was having, I remember one time during an interview, he literally told the media, yeah, that guy has a year and a half left here. He just kind of went on about his business. Like that was I've never heard Robert Saleh talk like that, about any player. Like you could tell that he was frustrated and tired of dealing with Allen Lazard and all the nonsense that he was doing last season. So he's got to step it up, man, because that is a guy that could be gone very soon. And again, that contract, the way that it's set up, they can get out of here eventually with, you know, no skin off their nose and move forward without owing him big money in the future or nothing like that. So Allen Lazard is a guy that's going to have to step up for sure this upcoming season. And I'm hoping that with Aaron Rodgers back into the fold, fully healthy, that Allen Lazard will wake up and realize that he plays in the NFL and that he needs to go out there and do what he needs to do. Okay? So with all that said, comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about Mike Williams visiting New York Jets? Do you think he signs? Is he the wide receiver that you want to see? I know there's a lot of talk about various other wide receivers. Free agency is flying fast. And we'll see what's going on, you know, who gets snatched up, who gets signed up. Also, what are your thoughts about Allen Lazard? Do you think he turns it around this upcoming season? I want to know. Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. Let's go back and forth. You folks have a good one. Peace.